Hello friends, welcome to the Plug-in India EV Issue Tracker episode number 5. Well, we've got some interesting issues for you today. So we have with us first Mr. Anand Singla from Gurugram. He has owned an MG since October 2020 and he's facing a weird issue in his MG ZS EV where the MG ZS starts making a sound, a strange humming sound. And he thought it would be a quiet, silent car, but he finds this quite irritating and disturbing. What Anand says is that the noise varies, it increases and decreases, and sometimes it even stops completely. So what did Anand do to rectify this problem? He did 3 things. First of all, he contacted some other MG ZS EV owners if they also had the same issue, and he found out that not everyone had the same problem. So he thought that this is a fault that needs rectifying. Second thing, he contacted some higher ups at MG and got a formal response from them. This is the response he got from MG. And third, he registered a complaint with MG. And he got a response where they asked him to send a video. They sent him a video to confirm if this was indeed the sound that he was getting, and he confirmed that it was so. So finally, what we have is that the response from the company is that this is a water pump which is used for cooling the battery pack, and since MG has decided that the temperatures in India are more extreme than other countries, much higher, so they have installed a heavier water pump than they have in their other models. As a result, you have this cooling sound, and this is perfectly normal. There is nothing to worry about. So Plug-in India also spoke to some MG ZS EV owners, and they also confirmed that they have this sound in their cars, and this is due to the water cooling system. So with that, this issue is now closed. So having said that, we spoke to the customers, and they said that MG is such an expensive car. It's a luxury car. And he bought it mainly because of the appeal of a silent drive, which he is not experiencing within the cabin or outside the cabin either. So he says that something definitely needs to be done about this and refine the engineering so that this kind of humming noise doesn't bother the user experience. Friends, the links to this issue are given in the description below. Please go there to the Plug-in India forums and check out the problem in detail. Second issue is with a Mahindra E2O Classic 2-door. We have Mr. Vinod Kamtamneni, whose E2O suddenly started oozing smoke from the battery compartment into the cabin. Here's a video that he sent us of the issue. Let's take a look at it. So as the video is going on, you can see that there is this white smoke which fills up the entire cabin, and even though it looks very scary, this is actually a safety mechanism. The LFP cells that are used in the E2O are quite safe and designed to have a valve which opens up if there is ever a rupture in one of the cells and there is a leakage. So this allows the smoke to escape. It has been said that this is safe for humans, but Vinod did have some problems after inhaling the smoke. It was not at all a pleasant experience. NMC cells do have a problem with thermal runoff, but these LFP cells that are used in most of the auto industry are much safer. So guys, it does seem to be quite an extreme thing that is happening, all this white smoke billowing out of the car. But in our 7 years of usage of the E2O, we have seen this issue only thrice, including this one. And even though it seems extreme, actually this is a safety feature which allows the battery to vent out excess gas. Guys, if this ever happens to you, which we hope it doesn't, but if it does, then what you need to do is park your car in the side, open up the doors to ventilate the gas outside the car, and do not start the car or charge the car, let it cool down, after which you will need to tow your car to the service center, and whatever replacement needs to be done. But this is definitely a solvable problem. The solution that was applied for this particular problem, that it was towed to the service center. The Mahindra service center said that the Winston cell has a valve which opens up to let the gas out, and this particular battery was replaced by Mahindra. So the issue was with a single cell, and that was changed, and this is how the issue was solved. The car was out of warranty, so Vinod had to pay for the cell replacement himself. The status of the issue is now closed. Later on, we spoke to Vinod and we also spoke to the Mahindra service center, and they said that a single cell had an issue, and after replacement his range is around 94 kilometers. There was a lithium smell which is not gone, and this may take 10 to 15 days for the smell to go. It also gave Vinod a bad headache and his eyes were hurting. So it's definitely not a bio-friendly gas as was told by Vinod by the service assistants. The service center also did a premium cleaning to the car to get rid of any bad effects or smells from the leakage. They also told him not to charge the car immediately after use and to wait for some time to allow the battery pack to cool down. The cost of this repair was rupees 28,000. This is because the car was out of warranty. Vinod is not happy with how the issue was handled because it took about 3 weeks for Mahindra to actually fix the problem. So you can read more about this issue. The link is given in the description below. Let's move on to the third issue in this week's issue tracker. We have Amit from Vasai, Maharashtra, and he bought his Pure EV Neo from RC Automobiles Borivali. Now, Amit has a very interesting problem to report, and only someone with a keen mind would have noticed it. This is a difference between the odometer and the trip meter. Every time he makes a trip, he finds that the entire number does not add up into the odometer. It's as if the odometer has a least count of 1 kilometer. Anything less than 1 kilometer does not add into the trip meter. Let's take a look at the video that he sent us. So what we see over here, guys, is that he starts off at 86 kilometers, makes a trip of 1.8 kilometers, and the odometer only adds that 1 kilometer. The 0.8 is left out, and then again he makes another trip of 1.2 kilometers. The 0.2 gets left out, and then he makes another trip of 2.9 kilometers, and again the 0.9 gets left out. So what happens is these decimals do add up to quite a lot. It will make a difference to your distance to empty calculation, to your calculation of how efficient your scooter is or the range of the scooter. And this is a quirky thing. It's not something to do with the performance or the batteries or the motors or the accessories or the quality of the scooter, but it's a trouble. It's an irritating glitch. So guys, I think we'll definitely get Atulji to check out his Neo and see if this problem is replicated. I'm sure it will appeal to the keen engineering mind that he has. And well, we did get a response from Pure EV team. They said that they are very much aware of the issue and they are trying to find a solution about this as well. So Amit has created a poll on the forums. The link to the entire issue has been given in the description below. So please go there, vote on the poll if you also have a Neo, and let's see how many people have an issue with this issue. So let's move on to the next one. So thanks Amit for creating the video and making an entry in the forums. Let's move on to the fourth issue in our issue tracker. We have Sundaramurthy from Chennai, and he has a Tata Nexon EV. Now he has two issues over here to report on this post. The first one is with the Harman system that is installed in the car, and it seems that with certain Android phones it disconnects pretty often. The other issue that he has is when he goes to fast charge on certain Delta and Exicom fast chargers, there is an error which has shown, and the car does not start charging. So Sundaram is convinced that this is a problem with the Tata Nexon EV software 2/6, and he was pretty disappointed. He got in touch with Tata Motors, reported this issue 6 months back. For the first problem with the Harman systems, he was told that the system only is configured to work with certain Android and iOS versions, and what he has to say is that Tata needs to work fast and move on these updates to the system, because Android versions and iOS versions do change pretty fast, and if they don't do it, this will be a big problem. So as far as Tata Motors is concerned, the R&D is going on and the status of this issue is still open because neither of them are solved. Plug-in India team got in touch with Tata Power and they told us that we are aware of these issues and we are working with both charger and car OEMs to resolve this issue. We will share more details shortly. So we are going to update you when there is a change in this issue. The link to this issue has been given in the description below. So please go on to our forums and check out the details over there of what exact error messages are being given by the Delta charger and by the Exicom charger. Plug-in India got in touch with the Tata Nexon EV Owners Club, and it seems that they have all faced similar problems, and they also spoke to MG ZS EV owners, and they do not seem to be having this problem with the very same chargers. So there is definitely something to do with the Nexon software, and updating that software should make this problem go away, if of course Tata has provided a fix for it. So we've given you an error code sheet. Go take a look at it. The link to this particular problem on our forums has been given in the description below. So guys, the final issue for this week is Mr. Kunal Rochwani from Ahmedabad. He is a Tata Nexon EV owner and has driven 5,500 kilometers so far. Well, he has a list of issues. There's 5 of them. The first issue that Kunal reports is a pretty strange one. He says that when the car is parked in the sun and it's hot, the window won't close all the way. I suppose that means that when he is in his garage and it's cooler, the window does close. This seems to be a weird issue to do with maybe heating or expansion or contraction of the steel body, something to do with the alignment or manufacturing of that particular component. So the second issue is a very serious one. The turn indicator lights don't turn off. They always stay on. This is definitely an issue. The people behind you or coming from the side will never know what you want to do, whether you're turning or not. So this light has to work well. The third issue he has is with the ORVM. The auto fold feature does not work. Definitely a manufacturing defect. If you've been promised such a feature, it should work. And finally, he has a problem with the air conditioning system. What he says is that initially it starts up fine, AC and blower are both on, and then after some time it just shuts off, and then it stays off for 15 or 12 minutes. What he's reporting is 12 to 15 minute intervals, and this time the car temperature goes down to a very uncomfortable level before the AC starts back up again and then recools the car. So this is something that he finds very troublesome. So Kunal, what he has done to solve this problem is he has reported these issues to the dealer, and the following solutions were given to him. First of all, the window was replaced within warranty. This was definitely a defective part. So now this problem is fixed. The indicator lights were also replaced. They were within warranty. So that problem is fixed. The ORVM auto fold not working. That part was replaced. One more problem fixed. The AC issue has not been solved. This seems to be a design issue, something to do with the auto cutoff and the timing of the air conditioner working and not working. So this is something that Tata Motors will definitely have to look into. A lot many more customers buying cars in this segment, this category, will want this issue to be solved. So the ticket right now is being kept open because this last issue is not yet solved. So we spoke to Kunal and he told us the following, that when he is buying a car in a premium segment for 17 lakh rupees, he expects all of these things to be perfect and working wonderfully well. He says he has other cars also and they don't have any such issues. So Tata Motors should make sure that such small niggling issues which require a replacement afterwards should not happen to a first time or a new customer. This definitely depreciates the value of the brand. He, however, went out to say that there is no problem with communication. He's getting very good support from Tata Motors and the replacements were also done and things were taken care of. But he does say that they must take care to deliver a good quality and good condition vehicle to a new customer. So the links to this issue have been given in the description below. If there are any updates, we will post them there for you. So please go ahead and check it out. So guys, I think this is also a question of perspective. It depends on where you're coming from. For us, they may not seem like major issues. We've seen much worse problems with the Tata Nexon and with batteries and lights and software problems and suddenly car stalling. But for Kunal as a customer, as a first time buyer of a Tata Nexon EV, where he's used cars from other companies of similar or better price range, and he has not had any of such issues. So for him, this is a major problem and a disappointment. So this is something that really needs to be looked into and sorted out properly. So guys, thanks for being with us all the way till the end. If you have faced similar issues, please go to the forums, write over there, let us know what you are facing. If you have some new issues, please present them to us. And if you have solutions to already opened up issues, please go ahead and post them in the forums. For comments on the video, please go ahead and post your comments on YouTube. And thank you very much. We'll see you again next week.